Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to A Late Gamer. I am your host, A Late Gamer, and today we have Collector Corner episode number 6 for the special edition of Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch OLED. Not sure why I just phrased it the way I did, but honestly, who cares? That's half the fun of this. So, I got this not super long ago, and you may notice that the background looks just a tad bit different than normal. I got this while I was in the midst of moving. I have so many videos actually shot, but that I have not actually put together because essentially the last month and a half, 2 months, I've been in the process of moving, getting settled, etc., etc. However, my wallet and purchasing has not slowed down, so because of that, this is some delayed footage. You all are getting a small sneak peek into my in-laws' house. We stayed with them while we were in house limbo for 2 weeks. And honestly, I thought this was a really cool shot. This is kind of at their front door, and I really liked the way that the light was hitting, and it was giving Tears of the Kingdom's vibe. So, that being said, I was like, what better way to actually film this than with that light? And honestly, I feel like it kind of gives a different feel to this video. I like the way the background looks, and everything about this Switch, as you can see so far. The packaging is incredible. I'm a big fan of Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire. The whole thing I felt like was giving me Disney's Atlantis' Lost Empire vibes. Now we're kind of at the part of the video where I did a comparison. I happen to have access to my husband's Switch's box, as mine was in a box at the time. And so here's a comparison of the outer packaging, and we will kind of go through what you get inside. So if you're debating on getting the Nintendo Switch OLED Tears of the Kingdom, or if you just want to get a regular edition, this is kind of what you will be treated to. Same thing goes for any of the other Switch variants, Pokemon, Splatoon, etc., and so forth. One little small detail that I really like here is that the Joycons for the special edition Switch and the regular OLED match the Joy-Cons that come with the Switch. I'll have to go watch some unboxing videos for the Pokemon and the Splatoon one to see if they did this little detail. Honestly, the little things are amazing. Here is a shot of my dog Rufus. He is almost always with me when I am shooting in some capacity, and he was very interested in what I was doing, so I wanted to put that shot in the video. He was very interested as to why I was on the ground and what I was doing, so I thought that was really fun. But yeah, so this is what you first get when you open both of the Switches. As you can see, the Joy-Cons are showed off along with the tablet itself. Part of me kind of wonders if eventually in the future, kind of like the Wii U, the tablets will be a quote-unquote hot commodity, kind of like the Wii U tablets. Not 100% sure as seeing how many were made and how successful this was, but we will see. And comparison, front and back, as you can see, the regular Switch OLED is completely blank, while the Tears of the Kingdom Switch has the really cool symbols, and fun fact, these are slightly raised. So it actually has a texture to the back of it compared to the regular OLED, which is just completely smooth. Honestly, you cannot really go wrong with either of these. They do the exact same thing. The only difference is one of them has a different paint job and is Zelda Switch themed, while the other is not. And here's another shot of Rufus as he was very excited. I have a theory that my dog is solar powered. Most dogs are probably solar powered. And he's got to be in sun wherever he can find it. And here are the backs. Interesting fun fact, I did notice that the collector's edition of Tears of the Kingdom, the pins, are on the back. So I really like that little tidbit they did there. Packaging, Nintendo's packaging is incredible. As always, it's significantly shrunk since the original Switch, so if you have ever seen an original Switch unboxing, this packaging is completely smaller. Here are the straps that go with the Joy-Cons. I almost never use these, but I really like the colored bands they come with. Also, the docking station for this thing, incredible. I don't know why they didn't do fun little designs on the regular one. I guess it's going for that more minimalistic look, whereas if you're getting a custom Switch, you know, they have that entire canvas to do whatever they want with. Honestly, I really wanted to get the Pokemon one at the time of launch. However, I had already gotten one Switch, and I was like, why in the world would I need a second one? And now, having two of them, I run into the issue where I, basically run the battery down on one and then pick up the other one and start playing a totally different game. But that's a me thing. So, but it's awesome. I freaking love this Switch. I'm kind of playing Tears of the Kingdom and Octopath Traveler on both of my Switches. Tears of the Kingdom specifically for the Zelda one, and Octopath for the other, and it's incredible. Both games, highly recommend if you have not played either of them. However, I will say, if you have not played Breath of the Wild yet, and you want to, play that one before Tears of the Kingdom, because Breath of the Wild really makes you appreciate the new abilities in Tears of the Kingdom. But, I mean, realistically, at the end of the day, you'll probably play them in whatever order, so that's half the fun of it. And besides that, here's a quick look at the insides of these docking stations. Nothing too crazy on the inside, minus the LAN port. Compared to the original docking station, the LAN port replaced a USB port, so you had an extra USB Type A port inside the original docking station, which these make great USB charging stations for anything, as they have two USB Type A ports on the side, regardless if you get the old Switch or the new one. However, if you get the original Switch, you will have three USB Type A ports with that hidden one on the inside. But they're great for charging any devices with USB. And lastly, this is a general overview of everything. And at the time of me shooting this, I thought it would be really cool to kind of go through a general overview setup of what a new Nintendo Switch kind of goes through setup process-wise. And again, at the time, this was before anybody had actually done a whole lot of this Switch unboxing. So I was like, oh, this would be really cool to show people what the setup is like, with a completely set up one on the side and another one completely fresh. This is pretty cool for me, as I had not done anything like this before. So this will just run through the general setup, and I will catch you all on the tail end of this. This was kind of an interesting tidbit, which, I mean, no matter what technology you buy, 9 times out of 10 nowadays, there is a software update for it. I know somebody pointed out early on that the software that was on the Switch at purchase seemed to be ready to go out the box roughly a year ago, maybe sooner. But I just thought that was an interesting tidbit. So this probably has been in the works for a while. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me today. Let me know what you thought of this overall comparison, and how many Switches do you all currently own? I am currently sitting at 3, an original and 2 OLEDs, and I will not be buying any more until the next generation of this console. I am really praying for an upgraded chip on the inside, but I mean, honestly, besides that, this thing runs very snappy for me, so no complaints overall. Let me know what you thought of today's video. Leave comments in the comments below. Stay classy, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.